what do we call it? Benchtop. Okay.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm guessing we're back. This week, part 2, we're gonna get our bench tops made. So put the wife and kids to bed, grab yourself an ice cold ginger ale, and let's get to work.
Wasn't
All
he,
right,
like,
so,
talking
wait,
about,
what?
Wasn't he like talking about food when he did
I
that?
don't know what he was talking about anyways. So what we're gonna start with now is, well, we gotta get our area cleaned up just a twee bit so we can get our workhorses back out, make us a makeshift tabletop for the time being. We are gonna rip these 2x4s down to 3 inches wide. So we're gonna cut the rounded corners off. I'm not gonna run them all through the joiner. It's not gonna be that beautiful. But yeah, rip them down so that we can dowel them, glue them, clamp them together. So first things first, set up table and table saw and rip down the 2x4s. You could push those mini bikes back over to where they were before.
Okay.
So we'll take it down to 3 now.
With one rounded side?
No rounded sides.
Oh, we're gonna
We
cut.
already cut off the one rounded side. Now we're gonna flip them over, cut them through the other way to cut off the other rounded side.
Okay.
Now there'll be a square 3-inch wide board. Welcome back to Green Feet's Fine Woodworking YouTube channel, where we use $600,000 worth of sponsored tools to tell you you can do the same exact thing at home. But, okay, not really, obviously. We just use a simple rigid table saw. Boom. We ripped them down, showed you that. Now we're going to use a simple doweling jig from the Menards. That's going to set you back all of the $22 at least. Dowel some of these together, start clamping them up. I'll show you once we get set up how the doweling jig works. It's super simple. Monkeys can do it. Monkeys have done it. I saw it. I went to the zoo and there were monkeys. Why are you laughing? That's a true statement. I went to the zoo and the monkeys were making their own workbench. They were using the same doweling jig. It's that simple. So we'll get set up and then we'll show you before we start gluing them together. What we do with the jig is we come in and we mark halfway through our board. So once we mark halfway through our board, we can set the fence on our jig so that it's the little marks on the side would go to our halfway mark. Back it up a little bit, like you're right in on it. So then we just use our drill with the collar on it, set to a stop. I do a little over halfway of a dowel, and we drill through. But since we've sent our fence, then all it simply does, there's little grooves on the face here. You clamp your boards together, and it goes right over your dowel like that. And now you know it's going to line up because it went over the dowel. And we drill our next hole. And it's both the correct distance from our tops and it's as simple as that. And like I said, it's a very simple jig. It works quite well. It'll cost you like $22. If you're gonna do something like this, I suggest you get it. You don't need a ridiculous festool domino or anything like that. We're going to hammer the rest of these together, and then we'll pick you back up. So we've got all our holes done, dowels in. As you can see, if he'll pan over there to show you. As you can see, we've got it laid out in the specific order for our glue up. I did not put all the dowels in the same exact spots on the whole thing. You know, I just sort of did it along the way because it's really just for alignment because we're going to glue it together. We're going to use a Titebond 2. So, yeah, we're just going to glue her up.
Yeah.
I'm sure we could just use like a...
So does that mean more glue or less glue?
What do you mean?
Like, since it's gonna get beat up, you don't want it to come loose, right? So you want to put more glue, or?
No, I'm saying if it's not exactly perfect, like if there's a void in a spot, it's just a workbench. So like I can fill it with a little bit of epoxy, is what I'm saying, if I don't get perfect glue amount.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to go get me a little microfiber towel? Well, we only have 4 clamps, so we'll just have to do it in sections and then do the next section and do the next section. We'll have four separate sections we'll have to do it in, so. We'll clean up this backside, little wet rag for our squeeze out that we've already gotten. And then we'll pick up after this one's set. Well, there you have it, boys. First day down. We got our tubifers ripped down into 3-inch boards. We got our dowel pinned, and we got our first section glued together. Now, we have to do 25 inches.
That's what she said.
For our worktop, so we're gonna have waste, not the end of the world. They're 2x4s, but like I said, we've only got 4 or 5 clamps, so you know, we don't have a $4,000 clamp sponsorship, so because we're real humans. So we're gonna have to do this in sections. So that's really it for today. We'll let this glue up, but by then the sun will be set, and we won't come back and dick with it then. We'll just come back tomorrow, pull these clamps off. I'll dowel up another set, glue and clamp them together. See you in the morning.
See ya.
You won't see them in the morning, they'll be at school.
True.
All right, boys, we're back. Got our tops all glued together. Like I said, due to our clamps, it took 6 glue ups down, and now we're done. So, again, these are not perfect because we're just using dimensional lumber, cheapo doweling jig. It's for a workbench. We're not making a dining room table. So what we are going to get into right now is we're going to get these cut flush on that end, cut our excess off this end, get this guy on there, do exactly the same, get him cut to size, and screwed down. And then we'll have the initial workings of an actual workbench top. Okay, so to figure my contour for the wall, I'm going to use just a piece of tape and my pencil. And just mark along the wall using the inside of my tape. I'll just use the inside of my tape with my pencil, roll it along the wall. That'll give me a good contour. And then I can line that up straight with my level, use a circular saw, cut that off, and it'll fit in there nice. Yeah, you can record that, but I'm explaining it to you. So we've measured the edge of this face to the edge of our blade. And then we measured the same amount here, so our blade will run right along our line. So then as I cut it, it'll give us a nice straight one. Now, this is not going to be amazing, but it doesn't really have to. We're going to trim across the back. Is mostly about making it fit into our pretty well square corner, but you know, we got to cut our ends off too, that not all of our boards were exactly the same.
Turn the recording off?
What's up?
Turn the recording off?
No, you don't have to turn the recording off. Just there. Now we've got a relatively nice corner. Now we'll have to throw this back on the cabinets so that we can measure how far we want to cut on that end to cut it to length so it doesn't overhang as far.
Okay.
All right, so we got the first one cut. Oh, she's a little out of, there we go. Got the first one cut for the corner and cut for the end. Wait, why are you jumping around?
Because I don't want you to step on me. No,
What? Why would I step on you?
Step on my foot because I was too close to you.
You'll live. And I won't step on you. Anyways, this gets a maniac sometimes. So what we're doing, right? We've put this up on top of our cutoff piece so it holds it level. And since it holds it level, now it's sort of level towards the back. We slid our other piece underneath because it's the same width as our countertop piece we cut off. So now in place, grab the pencil. We can not only cut off our uneven board nubs on the end, use the sharp end. Yeah. And now scribe our line. So we're going to cut it for the exact size of what it is. Good. See now, I'll hold this back up. You slide that guy back out. There. And now we've already got our cut line. See? Did you see?
Yes, I saw.
Oh, okay. So now we have our cut line. So we're gonna do the same exact thing. We'll clamp a level to it with the correct offset for our circular saw. give her a nice slice and dice, and they'll butt up to each other. Again, not exactly perfect, but very well. Like stuff won't fall in, so we'll be set. And you know, like I said, after that, then we're gonna have to put up some kind of trim around the back, because there are little gaps, inconsistencies, because we didn't plane these, we didn't run them through the joiner, we just table sawed them, doweled them together. So we'll put a little trim on the back. Also, in case we spill liquids and stuff, we can caulk that trim along the back. If we spill liquids and stuff, it won't run down in behind. So, all right, let's get this set up and we'll cut that piece off. And we'll be looking at countertops. We might well do a little support underneath, but then we're looking at countertops. You could record you. Don't you have anything to say? Hi,
It's done.
Hi, my name is Eli.
Hi, I'm the boy, aka Eli. Well, we got it done.
Well, we're not done. Okay, I'm ready now. Take a look over here. So what we, oh man, you're like on my face hole. So we got her down. We got her cut to fit in our corners. We have, I struggled on which one to do because I wasn't sure if I should try to finish it before I attached it. That didn't make any sense. So we've actually screwed it up from underneath. It's screwed to the cabinets now. It's screwed to the back wall. And we're just going to finish it in place. So really just some sanding just to get some of the hard edges off where it didn't fit completely flush. I don't know if you can see those. Little bit of hard edges on some of them. Our marriage line here. We'll just hit it with some sandpaper. And then I'm going to router the top edge in place just to take that harshness off of it. So that's what we're going to do next. We need sander.
Okay.
I think we got sand papier up in here. Oh yeah. Got some 80s even. Some 80 grits, palm sander, and then we'll pick you back up before we start getting on the next part. Is our microphones on? Microphone check, it's on. Okay. All right, boys. I've lied to you. I've betrayed your trust, sacred YouTube trust. Everyone has to unsubscribe now. Just kidding. Don't unsubscribe. Actually, short tangent. You guys knocked us over 300 this week. That's amazing. Thank you. We're like number one excite. So keep liking and sharing and whatever. That keeps us in the lowest end of the possible algorithm we might be in. I don't know. Help us get there. But this is where I've lied to you because I'm a terrible human being. Well, the boy was sanding, of course, and it was looking gorgeous. But came to a little lip. One board sat pretty proud of the rest. So I got the hand planer out just to touch up that one board. An hour later, we've now hand planed the entire thing to sheer and utter smoothness. It's like glass. Yeah, it's as good as a table now, as a regular dining room table. So I have lied to you. It is no longer a quick garbage 2x4 top. I should have just threw it through the planer. I knew it would happen. I put something down there, and then I'd be like, and then I would hand plane the whole thing. I should have just put it through the planer. Anyways, boys got her sanded. She's smooth as the glasses. You like everything about it. So now we're screwed to the wall. We're sanded. We're hand planed even. We're going to router these edges. We're going to have to get some finish and some epoxy for the knots and the cracks, and then finish the whole thing. I don't have the finish or the epoxy, so we'll have to go to town and get that. But we'll router up these edges. I'll show you quick, or no, I won't. I'll router up these edges. We'll go to town. We come back. We'll do a finish, and then Then we'll be finished. DUN done. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we're back from the store. Got us some paint for the cabinets, some shellac for the tops, some brushes. Just gonna use a little clear weld, JB Weld resin in some of our knots to fill the knots around there so they don't shrink and fall out and get all wobbly. I'm gonna put just some 1.5 inch strips on the back, kind of like a little trim. I'll use a little liquid nails and or some caulk. I'll see what I have in there. Just so if I spill stuff on the tops, it doesn't run down behind. That's the sole purpose of it. So I'm gonna get those cut up and screwed into the wall and or glued underneath and behind them, and show you that when I'm done. Well, there it is, boys. Some quick trim on there just to make sure we don't spill fluids or anything back behind, and it's done. I'm not gonna make you sit around and watch me paint and shellac it. You should know how to paint and shellac. So I'm gonna knock that out. You'll see it in the background on some of the next videos or whatever, forever. But you're still around, you know. Thanks for watching. Hit us with the like. Hit us a subscribe if you're not subscribed. And remember, man, you can make excuses or you can make results. We'll see you next time. That's enough, yeah.